Paul, obviously a disappointing result this evening against Brackley Town. Things didn't go right in that game for you, but there was it all seemed to centre on the sending off of Brad Beard in the second half.
Yeah, I felt first half. I just said it to the radio. I thought we were a threat on the counter attack, without sort of offering a lot more of anything else in terms of being a threat. Which is why we changed it at half time. I mean, Jamie's put a shift in. He's obviously missed pre-season, and that was one of the decisions I was pondering whether to start him again. But I just felt he could have been effective with his pace against their left back, but maybe it was just a little bit too much, which we found out, which is why we made that change. I just felt we were losing the middle of the pitch, and so we changed it at half time. And I felt we'd started the second half reasonably well. We were getting in and around it. We were getting higher up the pitch. We took their midfield out of it by being narrow when they had it as a 4, and obviously trying to get Montel close to Bliss and give Montel someone to play off. But then, like you say, the red card is a big change up for us. It's one of them. He's made a tackle. Booty's made a tackle in the first half, which is probably a bit rash, probably warranted the yellow. And then when you're running on one, you can't do exactly the same. It just looked like he went in a little bit too hastily from the wrong side, and you run that risk. And we've suffered for it. We've obviously reshuffled the pack. George has come over, Liam's dropped in, and for a spell, we weathered it. And then the goal comes from our throw-in on the right-hand side, high up. We commit men forward, they break, and the lad, to be fair, he's not picked him out on the back post, he's dragged across. And such is the way things are going for us, the lad's hanging out on the back of the goal, back of the 18-yard box, and falls to him and he bends it in the top corner. And that's the way it's going. But I said to the lads, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. No one will pick us up, only us. So it's a case of keeping on working, keeping on trying. And I looked at I've seen a couple of results where Kettering have beat Kings Lynn, which is probably one of the coupon busters of the night. And that's what we need to be. We need to just try and get that bounce, try and get that bit of luck, that bit of fortune that goes your way, or doesn't go your way when things are going against you. But there's obviously reasons why it's going against us, and we've got to figure that out. We've got to find that out. It's not through lack of effort. It's not through lack of work. It's sometimes it can happen in football, and it's happened to better teams than us. And it's when you really find out about yourselves in these moments, and we've got to discover what we're really made of.
Sure. Quick word about Montel Gibson. Obviously came in announced this morning, but he's somebody you've been interested in for a while, I think. And how did his availability?
Yeah, well, shortly after we played them last season, we played Stourbridge. He caused us untold problems, to be fair, in that game in the cup. He was somebody we knew of before that, and when the chance became, when he became available and the chance, was put to us to sign him, I felt he was the type that we've been looking for. He's a goal scorer. He's got something different about him. He looked to shoot. He shoots early. I think you seen one early on in the first half, which from distance, and a little bit of dip on it, and he's got that about him. And we need to work towards his strengths and get him closer to the goal, and maybe adjust how we play a little bit in order to get the best out of him. He's certainly a player who's got a good goal scoring record, and he knows where the back of the net is. Sure.
And does somebody coming in like that as well help the group in that it's a new face and just to try and keep people's spirits up, really, because it's got to be disheartening, the run you're going through.
It's tough. I won't lie. It's tough. It's tough for everyone. It's tough for everybody in the ground. It's tough for fans saying it's not good enough. It's not good enough. results aren't good enough. We lost 5 games on the bounce, so I know it's not good enough. I never signed up to be losing games week after week, and it's not something I want to put my name to. But I have to, because the side is made up of players that we've brought in, that I've brought in. Montel's another one, but I do feel that there's a team in there. We've just got to try and obviously figure it out. We're changing, searching for the right formula. We're trying to be positive with the changes we're making, and it will turn, it will drop. You know, people have just got to stick with us and believe in us, because like I say, there's players in there who are capable. Form is a little bit up and down at the minute, if you like. That's probably being kind, but you know, form's temporary, because there's good players there who've shown good form in the past, that we need to try and push the buttons to get that back.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for your time, Paul.
No problem.